There's just so much information, so much stuff you can get wrapped up into, and the early bloomers versus the late bloomers, right? I think a big mistake that high schoolers, and it's tough on them. I think it's tough for them to kind of see that they have so much, time. You guys have all heard me talk about like what time is, and if you can sort of understand like what a time scale actually does for you. If you're 15 years old, right, and you're throwing 80 miles an hour, it's like realistically, I have 4 years to make something happen if I want to get drafted out of high school. And I think where also high schoolers make mistakes is also trying to understand that there's a level of being ready to go to professional
Yep.
baseball. There is a level of being, no, we all did not have it figured out at 18, but there is a level of maturity to accept that like, hey, this is my life now. I'm getting paid money now to do this. This is what I dreamed of. And we talked a lot, and especially you, John, about like the goals, about throwing harder, having the skill sets to do these, to make these dreams reality, right? And for the early bloomers, sometimes this just happens on raw talent. You happen to figure it out, but we've seen the guys that level out, especially as they get older. Like I trained a guy at a young age. He was committed to a big time school, was ahead of everybody, like from eighth grade, and then really applied to so much pressure on himself that like he had to justify why he was this person, and he never made it to college. Never made it to college baseball. And I think that's a valuable lesson to understand that you'd never have it figured out. You never really have it figured out. And at a young age, you really need to surround yourself with a really good support system. If you're able to afford training, having somebody that has the best interest in you, that's not trying to say, oh, hey, I claim this person, I did this to them, like someone that's going to really foster you into what it looks like to be a professional athlete, to what it takes to be a college athlete, and having that hard conversation with you, like, hey, man, if you're not ready for professional baseball and like the pressure that can come with
Yeah.
that. And I think that's also what young high school guys and even college guys do when they, sign, they get drafted. They're like, ah, I made it. Ah, you ain't made it yet. Like there is always somebody coming, and especially since the draft has been shrunk, right, to 20 rounds, like we're seeing guys skyrocket through the system and get to the big leagues a lot faster. I think we're seeing guys like, the late bloomer side, like a Cam Schleitler, for instance, who, threw 88 as a freshman average wise when he got drafted, I believe it was around 91, and then when he was throwing in the playoffs this year, his average was 99. You
Yeah.
know, it's really like what trajectory are you setting yourself up for? A Trey Savage, right?
Yep.
Started in, what was it, low A, high A, and he started in the World Series, for the
Hmm.
Blue Jays. And I think you stay, it's not a just stay in your lane, it's just stay in your process.
Yeah.
Because if you really help yourself attack the goals on the field for you personally, so we talk about separating the personal to then the winning side,
Yeah.
you're helping yourself in the end to have better personal goals and attributes to contribute to the team to win. Because we all know that the big leagues is really about winning at that point. And if you don't have the skill set to help the team win, there's a whole other pool of minor leaguers that are coming for
Yep.
you. And even on the indie ball side now, which has grown astronomically with the talent pool, like there's always someone coming for you. No, you don't need to apply that pressure about like, hey, someone's coming for you. It's just like, no, let me do what I need to do to give myself the best chance. And that's all we can ask.